a time and a place to do these. It just doesn't feel the same without a smoke. There's a lot going on that I can't talk about. All good things. Nothing bad's happening. It's all good things going on, but I've been having these highs and lows lately. I'd like to say it's just because maybe I've had too much caffeine or something like that, but it's weird. My father's life, there's no middle ground, anything he did. Maybe some people can relate to this, maybe this will be foreign to some people. What I mean by that is, and I mean this in the most literal sense, it was either the absolute lowest of the lows or the highest of the highs. The only maybe middle ground was rising, but it was always a very dramatic rise with my father. What I mean by that is, say he was doing an innovation, things are kicking off, things are great, early 2000s. Inevitably, something would go wrong. Maybe there's a death in the family, maybe my parents weren't doing well, whatever. This happened once, we'll say the first great tragedy. So my parents lost everything after my grandmother died. They broke up, lost the house, lost the vehicle. Project Grizzly, this was like around 2000, so Project Grizzly hadn't really been doing much for several years there. There wasn't anything going on. And then he starts work on the Ursus Mark 7. That's not as famous. You could probably Google that. That's the big metal suit that opens up in the chest. He did that because they went down to Indiana in America to kind of fight a handled bear. Long story short, it didn't pan out for the Mark 6, so he comes back and he starts doing the Mark 7. Now again, parents have lost the place. I'm like 8 or 9. It's all gone to shit. Now within the span of a year, of losing the home, losing the vehicle, basically getting a divorce, parents are back together. They're moving out of this awful place they were living in. He's got a brand new suit. He's got a whole new crew of men. Money's pouring in now. Money's pouring in every day. The phone starts ringing again. Investors, people hearing what he's saying. He's on Discovery Channel. He's doing Limbic for the very early on when America and Canada, we go off to the Middle East. The Humvees were getting just absolutely shredded by IEDs. My uncle's in the military. He goes, hey, we'll start doing this. That takes off. More money. He starts doing Angel Light, God Light. That takes off. Fire-based, right? It's very dramatic rises from absolutely nothing to what I would say is marginal wealth. You know, certainly if you've got nothing in the bank and the next day you got 30 or 40,000 bucks, it's a good increase. For some people, not a lot. For me, in the early 2000s, certainly for my dad, it's a good chunk of change. Absolutely no middle ground. And it ties back into these highs and lows that I myself have been facing, that no doubt my dad did. Now that my dad's dead, you know, we've definitely been approached. Movies, documentaries, things like that. He's a relatively famous human being. Unknown in some regards, but definitely known in other circles. You'd be surprised, the people that watch that movie, the people that enjoyed the movie, the people that know about him. Blow your mind. So anyway, for me, it's always good. It's a way to carry on my father's legacy, and in a selfish way, to be blunt about it, to capitalize on that. It sounds so strange, but he always said, it was always about the money, and he goes, when I die, you're going to make millions. So it was always on his brain. Well, that definitely rubbed off on me, and certainly I don't want to exploit my father's death, but I will exploit his life. I have twin boys, and those are his grandsons. They were born about a year after he passed. And for all the shit he put me and my mom through, I feel like he owes the family. He owes me, but he owes those boys. Definitely owes us. That's what all this is about. It's about that legacy, but it's also making sure that his life wasn't meaningless. It has to mean something, especially to us. So my point is, it's always exciting when you have the potential to do something well, especially with me for my father. You know, I had very negative opinions at times, but to see my dad in a positive light, to do these, and of course to make money off of it. Certainly not YouTube right now, but in other avenues, the potential to make money, to buy a home, buy a vehicle, set the kids up. You know, these things matter. They never mattered to me before, but now as, you know, we're getting into the 30s now, you start thinking, run out of time. I feel like I'm on this clock. I don't think he ever thought like this. Maybe you guys do. I don't know. But it's like, you know, I'm 32 now, 8 years until I'm 40. There's no more time to fuck around. There's no more time to be going out and getting drunk and screwing around. It's time to work. I don't mean just grinding, going to work, put your head down, going. No, I mean like actually setting things up, making moves, getting things done, so that I'm not just burning through years of my life here. My dad was terrible for that. He was such a tenacious, driven man, but at times, Jesus, did he just waste time? I can't do that now. And dealing with the highs and lows, it's so strange. I'll have these high moments. Talking with people, I just met up with some people. And you know, there's big things on the horizon. The potential to make money, the potential to make whatever it is. Using my father's legacy, his life, I get to talk about it, it's exciting. But then soon after, I'll have these dramatic lows, like bordering on depression. And I think I can't get out of it. It's like I'm upset that maybe there's potential for an autobiography, a biography, a movie, a documentary. I'm trying to write a short story right now, not even a short story, 3,500 words, and get that published in a journal. Will it get published? Who knows? There's a lot of other good writers out there. And you think that would excite me? Because it's a chance to get out of the monotony and the mundane of just going to work every day. Because that's just not good enough. I don't think that's good enough for most people. So you think that would be exciting, and it is, but man, I get these lows where it's just like, am I overwhelmed? Am I anxious? Am I scared? Yeah, I wonder if he ever had to deal with these things, because if he was, he never admitted it. He never let on like any of it mattered. He's very self-destructive. So when he would get close to something big, it's like he would go out of his way at times to ruin it. Couldn't get out of his way. I wonder if that was his way of dealing with it. Like he couldn't handle the pressure, so he'd just fucking tank it. I certainly don't intend to do that, but I wonder if some of that's genetic or it just rubbed off on me. But man, I'll come home one day, you do a call, you do like the people that I've been able to speak with, I have no right talking to these people. I'm just a nobody from North Bay. And the people that I've had the privilege of doing Skype calls and Zoom calls with, these whether it's a producer or a director or an Emmy Award winner, like these are big people. I'm just a dude that's going to work right now. Wrote a couple stories, got a couple ideas, but that's about it. Nothing's been done. There's no body of work. There's nothing to say, hey, look what I did. There's no degrees or accomplishments. Other than you may have heard of my dad. He's dead now. I have a story. Maybe that's all there is, though. We got people becoming millionaires. They're saying stupid shit online all the time. It's about controlling it, I guess. Is understanding that no matter how successful you are, how well you are doing, you will always have hardships. Clearly. But there's a mental hardship as well. It's like the brain needs some type of drama. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, though. Maybe I'm just broken. But he definitely was, too. It's like the better he would do, the angrier he would get, and the more depressed he would get. He couldn't handle it. Hopefully I don't have that same problem. It's cold out today. So we'll see how it goes. But it's just, that's definitely been on my mind lately. Is these odd highs and lows that don't make any sense. The closer that I get to achieving something, it's like, I don't know. Last thing I should be feeling in these moments is any type of depression or stress. But like I said before, you know, it's about getting through that. It's about acknowledging that those things, you know, were moments in time. The good and the bad. Neither last. We hope the good times last longer than the bad. And when the bad times come, you just do your best to get through them. I can say at least I haven't had as many highs and lows as he's had. I need to keep it that way. Wish you could go back sometimes. So many weird questions. I feel like the answers would be shit. Be some flippant remark behind a cigarette. Ah, boy, you just get through it. Do this, do that. Probably a middle finger. They don't like it, fuck them. Good advice, though. Sometimes it is that easy and that simple. And here we are. Here we are. Exciting things are going on. Big things, happy things. It's a lot to consider, I guess. Big changes. All for the better. That's what matters. We're getting close to January now. Another year will be behind us, and one thing I try and do, probably a lot of people, is at the end of the year, not a resolution, you just look back on the year that just happened. Did you make any progress? It could be small. You lost a pound. You got whatever. Did you progress at all? And if you say, yeah, I'm doing a little bit better than I did last year, maybe that's enough. And it's just that continuous little chipping away progression that gets you where you need to be. And hopefully that's what we're doing with this.